Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So today I am so excited to collaborate with another YouTuber. Her name is Erica Moulton and she also used to work for Disney too. So we thought we'd collaborate and we came up with this idea about talking about different myths or misconceptions about working for Disney and being a performer. So I will link her video down below in the description bar, and without further ado, let's get started. The first myth or misconception I wanted to talk about was surrounding passes. So cast members have a set amount of passes that they receive either each year or the beginning of their college program term. Whenever they start, they get a set amount of passes. So when I was in the college program, I had 9 passes that entire time, and I could bring up to 3 people per visit. And when I was a full-time cast member, I believe I had 15 for the entire year. So you have a very limited amount of passes, and you can't just bring everyone and their cousin to the parks for free. So know that if you know someone who's friends with someone who might be a cast member, they probably won't be using their passes to get you in the park because they probably will be saving those for their friends and family. So first misconception is that for benefits, we don't have free passes galore. We do have a cast member pass, so I could go in the parks most of the time whenever I wanted to. Of course, during the Christmas time and the holidays, there were blackouts on my pass as a cast member because it was so crowded, which is fine because I could go to Disney the majority of the year, so I wasn't too bummed. But yes, so we do get a pass as a cast member. There are blackout dates to that, and we don't have an unlimited amount of passes that are free to everyone. So keep that in mind too if you're asking your friends for free passes. The next misconception I had was that cast members don't get any special benefits compared to guests, and I'll explain what this means. So I thought before I started that maybe if I was a cast member, I could cut the line to an attraction every once in a while, or I get special interactions with characters, and that's not true. So cast members, even though we do get free passes, we do get an annual pass for free, but it does have blockout dates, we don't get any special benefits. Now, every once in a while, they'll have special events, which are great, but most of the time, we don't get to cut the lines, we don't get different interactions with the characters, we have to stand in the exact same line as guests, wait the same amount of time, it's all equal. So yeah, that was the second misconception that I noticed, was that cast members didn't get any special perks. The next misconception I really wanted to talk about was regarding face characters specifically, and I want to say that it's a huge misconception that you don't have to be a certain size to be a face character. So when I was in costuming and I was grabbing my stuff, I don't even remember which size because the sizing was weird, but they had sizes up to 10 and 12. So they had sizes from size, I think 0 or 2 to size 10 and 12. So they had a huge range of sizes, and I saw people of all different shapes and sizes being face characters. So you don't have to be a stick or be really skinny to be a certain character, and honestly, the majority of the costumes cover your entire body. Another misconception is you can't have any tattoos, and you just can't have any tattoos that your character would be showing in their costume, if that makes sense. My character showed her stomach, so I couldn't have any tattoos around my stomach, because if those were showing, obviously the character doesn't have tattoos, so I wouldn't be able to do that character. But if you have a tattoo, let's just say on your leg, I don't think there's any characters that show their legs, and you could have a tattoo and still be a character. This next one was a huge myth or misconception for me, at least, and I thought that you couldn't have colored contacts. So when you are auditioning, I thought I could only be limited to characters that had my eye color, and Disney actually provides colored contacts for you if you get to be a character that has a different eye color than yours. So for my character, she definitely did not have brown hair or brown eyes, so I had to wear a wig. I think pretty much everyone does wear a wig, but you wear a wig, and then I also had colored contacts as well. So yeah, I thought that was really cool because I think it opens up your range of characters that you get to do. You're not just limited by what your eye color and hair color are. So that was really nice too. So big misconception, you don't have to have a certain eye color. So if you're auditioning and you're nervous about that, don't be, because they can get you colored contacts, which I think is pretty cool. The last, and I feel biggest misconception when it comes to being a character performer is that you have to be a certain age. So when it came to fur performing, I knew some fur performers who were in their 50s, and of course the minimum age is 18. So that is set. You do have to be 18, at least 18 to audition. But there was performers of all different ages, and sizes. So I think for my character, I knew 3 different people. One was 27, one was 32, and one just turned 30. So I knew at least 3 different people who were doing the same exact character as me, who were in their late 20s or early 30s, which is cool, which is really crazy and cool because most people I feel like are 18, 19, or 20, but we did have some performers who were in their late 20s or early 30s. So if you are 30 and you look like you're 16, hey, that could be a huge benefit. I do know on the flip side of the spectrum, I had a friend who was 24 and she was disapproved in her character because she looked too old. So that can happen too. So that's the hard thing. Honestly, that's one of the hard things about being with Disney is you never know how long you get to be there for. Like I started when I was 22 and then I turned 23 while I was still there. But I didn't know like maybe I could stay here till I'm 34 or maybe I'll stay here for one more year. And so you never really know when you're gonna get disapproved because of your age because there is no set age. So that's a good thing and a bad thing, but I think it's a big misconception. You don't have to be a set age to audition or perform at Disney. And I know this is 5 different myths or misconceptions, but I have one more that I thought was super interesting to know. I learned this during my training or when I first started at Disney, was that there are no underground tunnels. And I know that's going to sound very surprising to a lot of you, but let me explain. So as you know, or you might know, might not know, Florida is a huge marshy wetland. It's flat and it has tons of different marshes, wetlands, and ponds, and it floods because it rains there like crazy. So Disney was smart and they thought about this, and so the tunnels are not actually underground. They're technically on the first floor because if they were to dig underground, then it would probably flood all the time. So next time you're at Disney World and at Magic Kingdom, notice and you actually walk uphill to get to the main entrance. That's because Magic Kingdom is actually technically on the 2nd story. And that goes for if you are going to go to work, you actually, when you're in the tunnels, you have to walk up a whole flight of stairs to get up to Magic Kingdom. So they seem like they're underground, but they're not. They're actually on the 1st story. So notice that the next time you walk into Magic Kingdom, you notice you'll go up a hill, and that will tell you that you're on the 2nd floor. And that is it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I thought it was a really unique idea. I know Erica reached out to me on my very first Disney video and was like, hey, I used to work for Disney too. We should collaborate. And she came up with this idea and I thought it was really unique. It actually challenged me. It took me a while to think of ideas for different myths regarding being a cast member or being a performer. But I thought it was a really cool idea. But if there's anything you think I missed or that you had questions about, leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys, and please subscribe too if you haven't already. I'll be coming out with a few more Disney videos and makeup tutorials as well, so if you're interested in that, definitely subscribe so that you get all the updates. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!